This is a hypothesis test for mu using the traditional method. The mean salary of federal government employees on the general schedule is $59,593, and the average salary of 30 randomly selected state employees who do similar work is $58,800, with a population standard deviation of 1,500. And they want to know, at the O1 level of significance, can it be concluded that state employees earn an average less than the federal employees? If you notice, we are given the population standard deviation. This symbol, this sigma symbol, stands for the population standard deviation, and that's how we'll know to use the Z table rather than the T table. And then this amount, this level of significance right here, is the alpha that they're giving us. Now, they want to know if state employees earn less than federal employees. So when I do the hypothesis, the null is going to be the equal to, because it's always an equal to. The null never varies from that. But the alternative is going to be less than, because they are trying to test if this is less than that. And that's what is being claimed. So now when this has a less than in the alternative, that sets up a left-tailed test. This is a one-tailed test. There will only be one critical value and one critical region, and they will be on the left. Critical region will be over here. And we know that, again, because of the direction that this is pointing. So the alpha goes all in the left tail. You put the O1 all over here. You go to your table, your Z table, so you're going to use your Z table for this one, and that's because the population standard deviation is known. And you look up this area, and when you look up that area, the Z that's associated as closely as possible with that area is a negative 2.33, and so that's your critical value. Then we'll calculate our test value, and you calculate your test value using this formula. So we'll put the mean that they got from their sample in here. It was the 58,800. You subtract away the hypothesized mean, which was 59,593. In the denominator, the population standard deviation goes over the square root of the sample size, and so it's 1,500 over the square root of 30. When you put that in your calculator, you're going to get like a negative 2.895 something. I'm going to go ahead and round it to negative 2.90. So that's our test value. And then the next step is to watch where that test value is in this picture. And it would be over here because it's more negative. It's going to be further to the left. It is in the critical region, the left critical region. And so in step 4, we would reject the null hypothesis because that test value is in the critical region. So we're rejecting the null hypothesis, and then when you come back up and look at the null hypothesis, we're actually rejecting this. And when you reject the null, you're actually supporting the alternative, and the alternative happened to have the claim attached to it. So as we reject the null hypothesis, we're supporting the alternative hypothesis, and that happens to be the claim in this problem. So in this step down here, you write something similar to this. There is enough evidence to support the claim that state workers make on average less than federal workers.